Alright guys, this wood is worked. So we're going to apply some water to both sides of the plank, get it nice and soaked. Got a couple 2x6s here. Okay, I've got gallons of paint because my table was too long. I can't get a clamp over there in that corner. But I've got this weighted down. And I've got my Hornetto going to dry it out. So we will give this a couple days. So hopefully we will have a nice flat piece of wood to do the base. Laying down some cut strips of wood. It doesn't stick because there's no contact cement on this. All right. We'll give this a few hours to like really set up and cure, get hard. And then we will come back and analyze the mess I made. I've got my door cut. These are going to be the frames for the door. This is my leading. And here are my numbers for the house number. And I'm just going to use this glue, this Mod Podge, because it works like glue. My door is drying nicely. You can see the numbers really well now. They're warping on me and I didn't want that. Okay, we're going to let these dry, and then I'm not going to measure anything, I'm just going to use this and I'm going to cut it, maybe, or I'll just pull it like I did. We'll see. I'll pull this one off, and we'll do another one. That should be enough for 3 picture frames. If I don't like the way that looks, then I'll actually cut it. Okay, one last thing we got to do. My door is wobbly. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Hopefully when I get the framework put on it, maybe that will flatten it out. I don't know. I drilled my hole for my doorknobs. And now I took the doorknobs off of the original door of the house. And now we're going to just paint this. Okay, that looks better than it did. So we'll let that dry. Okay, I made some pillows. I just sewed 3 sides, stuffed them with a little batting, not batting, polyfill. And then I took my sewing machine and sewed across the entire length. And I fringed this one, the hard way. And I thought, you know, it probably would be better. I thought it would be better if I just clipped this first. Actually, I'm going to make that a little straighter. So I'm just going to clip down 3/4 of the way. It's not an exact science here. You just don't want to clip into the thread that you sewed with your sewing machine. Or by hand, whichever you do. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take a pin and start pulling. You got fringe. Start on the edge and work your way down. I would say you could do this in front of the TV, but you're going to make a mess. So you probably want to just stay at your work table. Now it doesn't look really good right now, but hang with me. I'll show you what it looks like after we get it all done. One thing I was going to mention, when you sew this, if you don't sew exactly on the grain, you're going to have a hard time pulling these threads out because it's going to either come in or this way. So clipping it is another good reason to, that's another reason to clip, so that you can just get short pieces and they'll pull out really easily. Okay, this looks pretty ratty. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our scissors and trim that all off so that it's even, fluff it up a little bit, and you got a fringe pillow. You could also take a brush, a toothbrush, and fringe that out. I'll do this one off camera. Now, I've got some tacket. This is just like a, well, I don't know what you'd call it. Kind of reminds me of a glue, not a glue, like a silly putty, but it's more sticky. So I am trying to make this as thin as possible, and I'm just going to stick it right on the back of my picture. You just need a little tiny dab. And you want to get it to stick to the wood instead of your finger. There we go. And I got one more here. Now you can put as much on here as you want. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you get it as flat as possible so that the picture lays against the wall flat. Let's go over to the living room. I fringed this rug exactly the same way I did the pillows. I sewed a seam all the way around it, and then I just started pulling out the threads. So we'll put that right there. Doesn't want to stick to that foam even though I sealed it. That's cute. I like that. Make a dirty coffee cup out of the way. All right, let's look at the floor. So it's kind of hard to see. This is where the foam got eaten away. There's dips and crevices. Right there. Came up a little bit there again. It's better than it was, I will say that, but I'm still not happy with that. But there's nothing I can do with it now. But you can see, foam was eaten away. But at least now I have this 1/8 inch board, and that's going to keep it nice and flat. It's not going to warp out. It's not going to warp out this way or that way when I do the porch. So there it is. Oh, off camera I put some tape on here on this window because I don't want a window an inch from the floor. And I filled it with wood putty. So now all I have to do is just sand the outside part. And we'll do that when we get over to it. Oh, here, this is my leather that I'm going to use for my shadow box. Don't need that piece. I think the pillows need to be on this side. What do you think? I love my pictures. What better picture to hang in a horse ranch house than horses? Aren't they cute? You know, I didn't do too bad at getting them straight, looking at it at a side view. Look at that. Okay guys, I know I didn't get everything done that I wanted to this week, but I ran out of time. My apologies. So next week I will do the second story walls, and we'll put the door in. I've got some round dowels that I'm going to attempt to cut in half. Let's see, I drew a line down one of them right here. I'm going to try to cut them right down the lengthwise. If I can't, I'll just take it onto the bandsaw. And these are going to become the frame for the door. So we'll get the door put in next week, and we'll do the exterior walls, and we'll see what else we can get done. All right? Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. I know I didn't get a whole lot done, but it's moving along. And someday I need to clean my table off. I am so not motivated to work, guys. I'm embarrassed. When I create, I'm really messy. I'm extremely messy. So much so, I'm going to show you how messy I get. And then it takes me a day because I just can't. I mean, I can work in chaos, but when it's so bad like this, I have no motivation. So I need to clean and get stuff organized. So I'm going to take you on a short clip. You can see my total disaster. What a mess. And it goes up. This is my ironing board station. It's 6 feet by 3 feet. It's a disaster. And then here's my table. The back side of my work table. This is a 4 by 8 table. It's a mess, guys. Here's the front of the house. I showed you my embarrassing craft room. And this is just a corner. This is just a corner. All right. So with that, we'll see you next time. Love you. Bye-bye.